What's up, guys? I want to take a minute here today to talk about Apple's new iPhones that just came out, specifically the XS Max that you can see here. Quite a bit is going on with this device that I'm not necessarily too pleased on because of the pricing, because of the false marketing material, I guess you can say, as well as some other stuff. Stay tuned, we're going to touch on all this right now. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phones and Drones. I wanted to take a couple minutes today and talk about Apple's biggest phone to date, the iPhone XS Max. I have actually owned every single iPhone that has come out all the years past except for the iPhone 8. I skipped it last year and went right to the 10, and I was using that as my daily driver. And now here we are with the XS Max. For those of you that follow my channel, you know I usually do use an Android device. However, I sometimes do have both. So I'm pretty well acclimated to using the Apple ecosystem with iOS devices as well as Android. Right now, recently, I've been carrying the Note 9 around as my daily driver. But a couple things I just want to tell you guys right off the bat. This is a big phone. It's not unwieldy big, but it's large enough that you need to keep in mind and take notice of. The dimensions are actually wider and thicker than my Note is. It is a little shorter, however, since it doesn't have those curved edges, it makes it definitely a lot harder to use, especially one-handed. And if you don't have a large hand, even myself included, I have no problem using the 6.4-inch Note 9. The extra, tenth of an inch on this phone is substantial. You definitely need to keep it in mind. The screen is gorgeous on this phone. Obviously, it's made from Samsung. They have some of the best panels. They just came out and said that this is the best display on any mobile device. It beat the Note 9 out, which just currently held that category. My complaint, though, on this phone comes from the way Apple utilizes the screen space on the Max. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow you to see any additional information on the display. You can't actually add any extra icons on here. You don't get any new rows of icons or anything like that. All you get is larger text that is blown up. And I am just definitely not understanding why they're underutilizing this monstrous display on this phone. There's no extra information you can see. Literally, it's just blown up. Whereas if you have a Note 9 or any other Android device, at least the screen real estate is used a lot better than it is on here. That's one of the disappointing aspects of that. However, one of the bigger concerns that has now arisen is what Apple has done to their algorithm on the front-facing camera on both the iPhone XS and the XS Max. Apple almost seems like they tweaked the algorithm on the software, and it's almost as if there's a beauty mode with some super skin smoothing effect going on. That was not apparent in any other iPhone version, even on the 10. You can take screenshots and compare it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's actually pretty confusing why Apple would have done that, unless someone's asking for it. But there's not even a toggle to turn it on and off with. So that is something to keep in mind. You can do a quick search on YouTube and see a lot of other people are complaining about the front-facing camera on this as well. Another disappointing aspect is actually this gold color that they're trying to promote in all their new material for this phone. Not only is it more of a pink gold and not a true gold or even a rose gold, it is just very light. It almost from the promotional material, it seemed like it was going to be like a brown gold, and unfortunately that is definitely not the case. I'm sure it's just a reflection off the glass, but don't be fooled, it's definitely light, and I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up and do it truly justice. Make sure you check it out in person before you order this color, before you're disappointed. Mind you, I don't have a problem with it personally, but everyone has their own preferences, so it's just something to keep in mind. Another thing that bugs me about this is that these are really expensive phones, and they still don't come with fast chargers. Not only that, but now this year they don't even come with that headphone dongle, which is definitely disappointing. I mean, honestly, how much could it possibly cost Apple to make the pennies probably? And to not include that on a $1,000 plus device is a little ridiculous from a $1 trillion company. All in all, I really just wanted to make this video and tell you guys what was going on in my mind, while I know a lot of you guys are actually debating if you want to buy one or not. And long story short, if you have the 10, don't bother, save your money. If you have something older, go ahead and consider it, obviously, but again, don't go running out ready to just spend your hard-earned money on a device that is obviously in the S cycle. Next year, you know, we're usually due for some sort of redesign, and there's a whole bunch of new rumors to go along with that, whether it comes to USB-C ports, or getting rid of the notch, or what they're going to do with in-screen fingerprint sensors. There's just so much going on that could possibly happen. Obviously, we're a year away from that, but keep that in mind, and don't forget too, there is the iPhone XR that's coming out next month. So you might want to always check that out as well. However, that has its own problems with not even having a full HD display. We'll touch on all that in another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know, are you team iPhone? Are you going to get that XS or XS Max, or are you going to hold off till next time? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.